My name is Akash Muralidharan, and this is one of my projects, Tequendama Falls, a level set in the world of The Last of Us. Right now, the current version does not have cutscenes or an AI NPC, but in the final version, the player is supposed to be woken up by Ellie. Once the player wakes up, they walk through the bus. This is the first section where I introduce how to pick up things. Since The Last of Us gameplay entirely relies on scavenging for resources, I decided that having a pickup icon just before leaving the bus allows the player to learn how this exact mechanic works. Once the player leaves the bus, they're surrounded by multiple abandoned cars and a fallen over tree blocking the view. The player needs to crouch to get through this section. The crouching camera angle directly points to the abandoned building, making this a funnel to reveal a vista. Once the player climbs the bus, they realize that their pathway is blocked and would need to go through the abandoned building to get past a landslide. I framed the entry for the player over here, showcasing the ladder and the climbable box. The player sees a waterfall. The view to this would be blocked in the final iteration, with the player getting to see the waterfall at the end of the level, kind of like how the giraffe sequence works in The Last of Us. Once the player enters the building, they're shown an entrance to a bistro/restaurant. The player can look down the railings, signaling their next waypoint. You can go down through the stairs to reach the gift shop at the ground floor. Since the shutter is closed, the player can't go through this area. This is a side area the player can investigate to scavenge for resources, as well as have conversations with the AI NPC Ellie. These sections should also make the player realize that the abandoned building is in fact a rundown hotel. The player can now enter the restaurant. This section allows to explore around and gather more resources. The open kitchen section has a vent. The player commands Ellie to go to the vent to open the log gate we saw earlier. Since this mechanic is not made yet, for demonstration purposes I have a gap over here to go through. This section is a smaller area accompanying the restaurant. You can go down through the stairs to find a cafe. Getting out of the cafe finally leads you to the hotel entrance, the same section we saw from above several minutes ago. In case the player missed out on going through the staircase to reach the gift shop, they can now open the shutter from here to access the gift shop. This also allows the player to orient themselves within the level and allow them to mentally map the area to understand the starting and current position. The player can then enter the reception desk. As you can see, this is all I have blocked out for this iteration of the level. Thank you for watching.